What's up, everybody? We are back for another video. I had to go update my lip do. I had to go update the way this scarf was on my head. I don't like this. I like the scarf to have something coming. I told you I like it's like I feel like it's a feather, like it's a feather going up. I feel like that. I'm gonna come down here like Kevin Gates with a feather in my hair. But that's what I like my scarves. If you notice, always it's like always like up. Like it reminds me of another thing it reminds me of is like the rooster's crown. That's what it reminds me of too. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know that you stop. Oh, let me know that you stopped by. Girl, we don't have nothing to talk about. I just had to cuss Krishan out for neglecting her child. So I have some nails. I was going to show y'all the nails, the little duck nails that I got. I got them finally. I bought 3 packs. I like this one because this one has like a little lollipop on it and like a cat eye. They're very ornate. This one has mushrooms on it, and this one has cherries. And these are very just simple with cherries on them. They're really cute. I'll show you these. See, they're very cute. So I'm gonna wear the. I think I'm gonna do these first because they're the most natural. They look really, really cute. The mushroom ones are really cute. Like on the thumbnail, it's just a big mushroom with the red cap with the dots. One of them has 2 mushrooms on it. Like I love how ornate they are. Like I like this one. This one has like a dollar sign with a lollipop and a star and a cat eye. These are real fun. So I don't know which ones they're gonna do. I'll let Maxine choose, and then I'll surprise you. But I'm gonna wait until these start falling off, and they're not. We're going on the 2nd week for these. I need to do a little cuticle maintenance. But I still have these. I told you I took off the little 3D charms on here because they were getting caught in everything, and I don't have time to be fighting with it. So that's one of the reasons I almost took them off this weekend. I was like, no, I need to do at least 2 weeks on all sets so I can just get my little my money's worth. But these were good. I got these pretty quick. They did a good job. These ones this one has a butterfly on it, like a little silver and like a little iridescent butterfly. But yeah, I like these. These are really like simple with the cherry on them. So these are going to be cute when I put these on. And then these are going to be cute. This one has cat eyes, a dollar sign, a lollipop, like a 3D lollipop on there. But I like the lollipop because it's just round, so it's not going to get caught on anything. I might do these with the cat eye because these are really cute. You can see like they're different colors. And then the ones with the mushrooms. I don't want to show y'all because then y'all are going to be trying to tell me which ones to put on first. And I want to make the decision for myself because I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to do what I want anyway. So I don't want to ask anybody. And then I'll be like, I told her to wear these and she just going to wear the one she want to wear anyway. I just want to see what you was going to say. So it's time for me to re-up. Well, not quite. Probably. I mean, I have another bag down there, but it's time for me to roll up. This is Pinati testing at 25%. No, 28. No, 25%. Yeah, this is a sativa. Pinati is the thing. I told y'all I broke my the long green Pinky Roach clip. RIP to the Pinky Roach clip. I kind of want to put this sweatshirt on because it's cold. Let's see. Let's put this sweatshirt on. I was hot earlier, but now I'm not. I feel like falling in love. Hold on. And it's time to dye my hair too. I let my hair grow in its natural color so that I can see how much gray hair I have. I don't have a lot of gray hair. I've been trying to grow it out just to see, and then also to see how my hair is growing because I know, for women and men at a certain age, our hair starts thinning out. So you want to make sure, like, I'm going to look at like where, if my hair is thinning out. I feel like it's thinning back here, but I don't know. I feel like it is, but it looks fine. But I feel like it's shorter in that area back there, like on the crown of my head, probably. So, what is this? Okay, and I have some more. When I tell you I love jewelry, I don't know where's my other necklace. Oh, I'm like, where's my other necklace? It's down here. I could do what I want. And then, everybody knows the secret to not letting your chains won't tangle if they're all laying at different lengths. Like, they all have a different weight to them, so they can't get really tangled. Like, sometimes one will like cross over the next, but these, they never get tangled in the back ever. And the only one that I take off to sleep is this one, because it's kind of heavy and it has a big stone on it, which I'm in the process of changing this. This is black obsidian protection. But I want a smaller, I want just a little nugget, because this is kind of big. See how big it is? It's like the size of a nickel almost. And so it causes this chain to be like kind of heavy. And then I need to, yeah. So this is the vibe. And I said I was going to roll up some reefer and get this party started. This party started right. And I was really annoyed with Krishan and her child neglect. It's really annoying to see this woman like in this state like this. So go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know that you stopped by. Let's look at the blogs and see what's going on. That's crazy. I don't know why you would put Gargamel in charge of Smurf Village. U.S. President Donald Trump shares an image declaring himself acting president of Venezuela. That makes me want to vomit. Ugh. Baby, the way I'm editing myself right now is crazy. The things that I'm saying in my head about this president and its administration, I'm just keeping it to myself. I'm just saying it in my head. I would suggest to anyone, if you have the means, if you have the means, I would research looking to leave this country. I would. There's no reason. I don't know. And this is just the first year. This is something that's going to go on. And then, like I said, and during his first term, he's going to find a way to stay the president. And they're hoping, people are saying that he's probably going to try to start some type of war. But I still think that you can change presidents. This idea, like somebody else said, he was like, they'll probably take away elections. Like, they're literally turning this into like a fascist state, and that's what it's turning, a fascist country. And it's like, what did you need to take cues from the immigrants who left fascist countries? That's what you need to do, is take cues from them. When their country became unlivable, what did they do? They moved to a country that was livable, and this country was livable for people until now. Like, it's not livable. And the psychotic part about it is white people and its government, and the white male patriarchy and its government cannot function without oppressing people. So it's like you have this tug of war with this abusive partner who wants you to leave, does not like you, but needs you to stay in order to feel superior. Like, they need you in order to keep up their delusion of white supremacy, right? And But at the same time, they tell you, we don't want you here, but they need you here in order to work. And so it's this constant gaslighting, contradictory, hypocrisy. It's just like it's upside down, it's sideways. It's not right up, it's not sitting straight up. It's upside down, it's sideways, it's backwards, it's in reverse, it's backwards. That is what conservation is. It's like holding on to something that no longer benefits the entire group of people. It only benefits a certain group of people, you know? And then knowing that we pay taxes to fund genocides is insane. It makes it literally, it infuriates me. It infuriates me. It infuriates me. And I think people and Americans need to let go of their stuff. And I think there needs to be another great migration, not across the country, but out of the country, because soon and very soon, if you don't think it's unlivable for people to just these mass ISIS KKK 2.0, if you have the KKK, and I really think that people need to, like, the way that they like to take a word and switch the meaning of it and then use it, because within conscious communities, the stay woke was always a phrase, and that's to be aware of what's going on around you. But these motherfuckers have co-opted the word and made it a negative, and the people have adopted to it. Is that too woke? Girl, you can never be too awake. And the fact that being woke is something bad and that being asleep is something good takes you all the way back down to all of this shit is fake. It is a system of control and programming, and to the fact where you will adopt a phrase that you know within your community has always meant to be aware and conscious of the system at play. And now you yourself have taken the word and use it in the same way they use it, as a negative. How dare you? How dare you? So what we should do is take the word ICE and replace it with 3 other letters, KKK, and start calling them exactly what they are. KKK officials, elected officials, racists, white nationalists have these masks on. I don't know. They said the other day there was some man standing in front of something and had a fucking Klan hood on. I don't, that's not something I ever want to be a part of. I will leave all my stuff here and get the fuck up out of here. I will leave everything here, because nothing is worth holding on to than my life and the years that I have left here. I'm not, I just don't want to be involved in any of this. I don't want to live in a country where I need a gun, where if I go to a mall, anybody is having a bad day, um, they got the wrong order at Burger King, so they want to come in the mall and shoot up everybody. The accessibility to guns, and the insane part about it is, you motherfuckers have access to guns and will not revolt against your government. And no one outside of the United States thinks that its citizens need to be saved from its government. But yet and still, the United States goes to other people's countries and be like, y'all need to be saved, don't y'all? Don't y'all got some resources? We can save y'all if y'all give us your resources. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. We're just going to come in and take them. Caca. I'm not down with it. And you should be getting your passports and be making plans to migrate, because this is not, first of all, it's not a free country. You're living in a country where people have been fighting for the same thing since your mother was before your mother was born. Like, right, my mother was born in 1950. 1950, just coming out of this foolishness. But it still persists. It is so disgusting. It's utterly disgusting. And it's so crazy because nobody wants to save the citizens from the villain. Nobody wants, and then that's what you get when you always take the side of the person who victimizes. In all other social situations, Everybody starts victim blaming. Everybody takes gives the accuser the benefit of the doubt, and then that allows people to harm people without any repercussions or consequences. And now you are in a relationship, you're as a citizen of the United States in an abusive relationship with your government. And nobody feels like this government needs to be overturned. Nobody feels like this man does not need to breathe. Nobody thinks that. Nobody thinks that the American citizens needs to be saved from Gargamel. Y'all have put Gargamel in charge of Smurf Village. You put him in charge of Smurf Village, Gargamel, all because you wanted a fucking stimulus check and you wanted your eggs to be $4 instead of taking your ass down to the farmer's market. I understand not everybody has a farmer's market in their area and they can't get the local eggs from the farmers who are the people who have chickens in their backyard, chicken coops or whatever. I know not everybody has access to that, but it still baffles me why no one thinks that American citizens need refuge. I mean, pretty soon it's going to be like I'm seeking asylum type of situation. It really is, and that's like literally where we're headed. Okay. Okay. This is all this is all I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. 18 hours ago, 20 hours ago. I don't know who this person is. Using the word female is dehumanizing. It is dehumanizing. 11-year-old girl allegedly kidnapped after being targeted on Discord by a 28-year-old man who prosecutors say snatched her from her Queens school and took her to Rhode Island. This is in took her to Long Island. Did I say Rhode Island or Long Island? Prosecutors say a 28-year-old Long Island man allegedly targeted an 11-year-old through Discord with messages that authorities say quickly turned sexual. According to investigators, the child went to school in Queens on December 12th, 2025, but never made it home. When her mother went to pick her up at the bus stop, the girl was nowhere to be found. Police later learned the child had allegedly been picked up by an older man. After NYPD and Suffolk County police traced the investigation to Bayshore residents, authorities said they found the child inside the suspect's home in his bed. Nicholas Weber was arrested at the scene and the child was safely reunited with her family. Weber has since been indicted on multiple charges, including kidnapping in the first degree, and is being held on up to $2.5 million bond. He faces 25 years to life in prison if convicted. Somebody says, where's his picture? How was he able to pick her up from school? We have to police our kids' phones, parents. My daughter asked me to enable her chat mode in Roblox. I politely declined. You will not be a lifetime movie, Miss Mamas. Y'all parents need to stop letting your kids be on social media so much. Y'all should check your kids' phone like y'all check them niggas' phones. 11 years old is fucking insane. The kids need to get off these apps. No, then people need to stop being predators. See, the children would be able to be on the apps if predators weren't on the apps. So the children don't should not be restricted from using the apps. The people who are targeting children and kidnapping children, we need them off of the app so the children can have a safe place to socialize online. But no, you have people who, and if the age of consent was 11, these men would be out here trying to find 11-year olds. To be sexually aroused by a child has to be some of the sickest shit I've ever heard in my life. All you motherfuckers need your fucking heads chopped off and your insides removed from your neck, out of your neck. We need to pull inside, take your head off, then put our hands down in your body and pull the rest of your organs out of your neck, along with your spinal column. I have no mercy for people who abuse children. I don't. Like I was saying, Krishan needs her face caved in. She needs her motherfucking throat collapsed. Yeah, right in her fucking throat. That bitch thinks she can fight. You ain't never met a mother a mother who loves children. A woman who loves children need to beat her the fucking ass. All these people who abuse children, off with your heads, your feet, and your hands. That's what the girl. Like I said, they'll be like the president, Erica. It's cruel and unusual. Yeah, because I'm chopping hands off. I'm chopping dicks off. I'm chopping heads off. I'm chopping off shit. It ain't gonna be. You don't have to do no time. You don't have to be in jail. I'm a chop off. I'm a chop. You fucking heard it. Put your hands on a chop. I'm chopping your hands off. I'm chopping your dominant hand off. And actually, I'm chopping both hands off because so you can't even jack off. You can't even touch anything anymore. You abuse a child, abuse a woman, rape somebody, you getting your mother, you're getting castrated. You're getting castrated. Yes, you are. You're getting your balls chopped off. You might be made into a eunuch. Fuck around with me. I'm cutting everything off, bitch. It's gonna look like a Ken doll down there. The message that they message kids on play apps like IMVU and Roblox. Some man messaged my daughter while me and her were playing, asking if she had a Discord, saying it's a gaming app. So he doesn't have a picture. I want to say something unpopular, but I don't want to get jumped, so I'm gonna say it anyway. How the fuck did a child go willingly with a grown ass man in front of the school? According to police, a conversation on Discord went sexual pretty quickly. Somebody better question the household of where the child is being raised, because I knew nothing about sex when I was 11 years old. I knew about sex in the 6th grade. I understood sex. We were educated. We had sex education. So I understood what sex was. I understood what saying, like being inappropriate. I understood that at 11 years old. I understood that. I understood if a man started talking to me, an older man started talking to me in a different way that led to like a sexual conversation. I would know at 11 years old that that was wrong. And I'd probably tell my grandma and grandpa. So also, she might have thought that the boy was, or the man was a boy, right? She might have thought that this person was around her age, a peer, right? But these people, they're predators. And when I tell you all the time, when you give your child a cell phone, you give them access to the world, to the light of the world and to the darkness of the world. I watched a documentary on this IT guy who was a multimillionaire. He sold his company, started getting into drugs, started throwing parties and torturing and assaulting like barely 18-year-old girls who would come and party, give them drugs. First, they would willingly take the drugs, and then he would give them something that took away their consent. And he had cameras in every part of his house. So they thought they deleted everything, but they got footage, and you could see him walking back with ropes and all kind of stuff. You could see stuff all over the bed, just bodily fluids, blood, everything like that. And it was all caught on camera because he had cameras everywhere. And then he talked about, I don't even want to say what he said, that what cocaine did for him, but he said he would just do the unthinkable things, like down to consuming human excrement. I'll put it like that. That's how disgusting this motherfucker was. And this was in Italy. And the girls were like barely 18 years old. And of course, when it started coming out within the Italian nightlife community, they're blaming the girls. There was a woman that actually said, when a person turns 18, They are responsible for every decision that they make. Yes, you are responsible, but at 18, it's almost like you think the brain just automatically switches into adult mode and now I know everything. No, the brain isn't finished developing. That's why I think the idea of somebody being an adult at 18 is just a lie. It's just another lie, another lie. And this man was abusing it came out it was about 7 girls that he abused, and they were like 17 and 8 months, right, like about to be 18. And like I said, they willingly came, like, and that's why I say when people, like, they knew what they were getting themselves into. If I'm going back to someone's apartment for a little fun time and we're doing a little recreational party favors and we're getting into it and we're having, and that everything is fine, right? That's great. But if you give me something to where I cannot even be a participant in the act and I'm just laying there lifeless, I didn't sign up for that. That's not something, like, consent isn't like it doesn't continue across the board. If I say yes, I can say no in the middle, during, after, before. I can say no at any time. I can change my mind at any time. Once you say yes, doesn't mean when I'm unconscious that it's still a yes. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when people take this stance of the person knew what they were getting themselves into, they knew what was happening, they knew what they were signing up for. Nobody signs up to be AR'd. Nobody signs up to be tied up. Nobody signs up to be tortured sexually. Nobody signs up for that. Now, unless you're operating in the underbelly of the kinks community, that's a different story. People sign up and that's consensual, right? That's consensual. This is not. And when somebody is under the influence and you continue to do things with them and they cannot participate, they're not grabbing onto you, they're not kissing you back, they're not doing anything back, and they're just laying there, and you're saying that that's what she signed up for, your head, you need to be in a line too. I got a bucket for your ass too. Because there was literally a woman on there talking about, as soon as you turn 18, you're responsible for all your decisions. This is an Italian woman. And then like you see all the comments coming up, like blaming the girls for what happened to them. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they said. The same thing with Puffy. She knew what she was getting involved in. They talked about the girls, them taking ketamine and going down a K-hole, which is basically like you're in the drug is like over, it's like literally consumed your brain and you're not aware of anything that's happening in reality. You're like completely inside and traveling that way. You're like inside your soul, is how the person described it. It's like your soul is like what you're focusing on, not the physical. So while you're in that state, you become numb and you cannot move, which is why Cassie was not able to move, which is why these girls were not able to move, because they weren't even in their minds. They were out of their mind. They were in a K-hole. And that girl described it like your body gets numb. And then the man, as he's assaulting the women, he says it seemed like she was enjoying it, but she's not even there. She's high. She's in another world, and you're over there taking advantage of her physical body while she describes her soul is out exploring, right, and visualizing, and old images coming up, and blah blah blah. And these things that are happening while she's in this K-hole, right? And then people are like, they knew what they were going. Women saying this kind of stuff. And I was just like, this is crazy. He was throwing parties, and it all happened around COVID. He was throwing parties. People were still having parties. They would just do house parties. They weren't like going out. And all these people were coming over he would rent spaces that were $20,000 a week. That's how much money he had. And he had cameras throughout his house, and he talked about how he would hear whispers and footsteps. Like, he was so deep into the cocaine use that he just was like, and he was like, it brings out who you really are. He says it brings out the real. And it's almost like there's no you don't have a concept of fear. You will literally do anything because there's like you're just like there's no fear. There's no fear. You hear about people jumping off of balconies. You hear like thinking they can really fly and shit like that. Like they're not in their right mind. And this was happening to these young girls. They, like I said, they said they were willingly doing the drugs at first, but then he would serve them. All his drugs came on a black plate, and all the drugs he was serving these women and young girls was on a different plate, and it was like pink. It wasn't all cocaine. It was pink. So I don't know if it's the same shit that Puffy was using or whatever, but it was pink. And he was giving the girls that. And then they said that they would be partying and then all of a sudden start feeling like, whoa, wait a minute, like, uh-oh. And then he would take them into the other room and abuse them. And then he had a bodyguard that would stand out in front of the door. And he was like, I didn't know what he was doing inside. I really thought it was like things consensual happening. But I'm like, when you start seeing ropes and shit, like, to me, I feel like if you're into that kind of stuff has to be planned. That's not something you're just at a party and you walk into the room and you start playing let's tie me up type shit. Girl, we're not doing all that. We had a party. I'm not about to. That's, to me, I feel like that's something that has to be planned. You don't get into the tie me up and fuck me at a party. Girl, you just trying to get in. If you trying to go to the bathroom, screw in the stall and come back out and pull yourself together, do a little bump and come out back out to the party. Ain't nobody tying people up. Girl, what the fuck? And then later, he came back. It's called Billionaire. I think it's called Startup, from billionaire to convict or something like that. It's on Netflix. And then he was like, 3 years after everything happened, he wanted to see the tape. And I was like, this sick motherfucker wants to see himself doing these things. Now that he's sober, he wants to see the tapes. And then he's still making excuses that the drugs made him do it. But if you're saying the drugs brings out the real, you're basically saying you're operating in your realness while you're torturing these girls. And then he said that he would be harming them, but because they were in an altered state, it seemed like she was enjoying it, and that would make him madder because his intentions were to harm her. And she was like, because she's out of her mind, she was acting like she was enjoying it, and it would make him madder. And then he would continue just to abuse. It's terrible. It was terrible. These people are terrible. So you don't know how people get involved with people, but an 11-year-old leaving with a 28-year-old man, she could have thought he was 16, 17. He could have told her that. They lie. They get on these things, they get online and they lie to these children. But if you give your children a cell phone, you don't have any restrictions on the cell phone, you are literally giving them access to everything. And like somebody said it the other day when we were talking about how Boosie was like, yeah, they can watch, adult films when they want to. I'm making sure they're watching. They got Pornhub on their phones, and they can watch what they want to watch. Act and as if there's no such thing as gay porn. Like you giving them access to porn sites, and you don't think that they're not in an effort to like keep them quote straight. I'm talking about Boosie now. And he's talking about, yeah, my kid, that I let them watch Pornhub so they can see what's up and this and that. And I told my sons too, I said, if you're watching adult films, that's not how you have sex. I told them straight up. Don't watch that and think that that's that you have sex with. And I ask them every now and again, are you watching? Because I want to make sure, like, I know it's a natural curiosity. I understand that, but I don't want you, overstimulating yourself, right? And then you're going to have a weird relationship with sex, especially if you're watching triple X films. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to check in, especially with the boys, because they can literally fall into an addiction, a porn addiction. And you don't want that for your sons or your daughters. And like like they say, a lot of the younger millennials were addicted to adult films because they got the internet, and they were just like, what? and they're just all over the internet. Now you have this plethora of all this adult film where it used to be like secret. You had to go in, your dad's cabinet, in the locked cabinet, and there were all his adult films on VHS and DVD. But now you have this available. You can just type it in and it's right there. You don't have to sneak and watch it. And then your parents gave you a phone. Forget about it. You understand what I'm saying? So poor girl, but Lady London was on Cam Newton's podcast and asked him how to describe his style. Listen to this ignorant ass nigga. Ugh.
One word. That's an. Is this? How would you describe your style in one word? That's an adjective. Can I use a word that I've already used? Sure. Right. Eclectic. Say it again. Eclectic. It's eclectic. Well, the heavy on the in because
there's no in.
No. It's my word. Oh, let's unpack this. Okay, got it. Yeah. Sure word. Eclectic. Spell it for me. NCLECTA. Okay. Eclectic. Eclectic. Do you want to know what the N stand for? Niggatry. Am I right? Okay. Respectfully. You see where I was going. Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah.
This your nigga? Jazzy, this your nigga? Ugh. How many times have I said I would hate to be in a conversation with him because his conversation style is to win. He's never wrong. He was completely wrong and decided to say, I'm going to just change up the word. And it's a word that I use. I'm so glad she said, you know what the N stand for? And she said niggatry, because that's exactly what this is. You over there with your Yosemite Sam ugly ass hat. I can't believe I can't even imagine talking to somebody like this. He can't admit that he's wrong. He's making up words so that he doesn't have to say, oh, damn, I mispronounced it. Like we mispronounce words all the time. It's not a big deal. Somebody will say, this is how it's pronounced. Or you pronounced it wrong. Eclectic? Nigga, that's not even a word. Eclectic? Well, I'm the eclectic. There is no N. This is your man. This is how he communicates. He shows us every day why he's unsuitable and no one should duplicate his DNA. No one should have ever duplicated that man's DNA. He is arrogant and dumb. The A is sending me through the roof. The N we can get past for shits and giggles, but the A is diabolical. Jesus Lord, who burned the books? Wait a minute, y'all. I just caught the ending. I think he really thought she meant calling Oxford and Webster like actual people, not the dictionaries. Somebody said that's incorrect. Niggas can never admit when they're wrong. I'm pretty big on words. It's how I make my money, but I don't know. She is and has always been very, very smart. I know for sure he can't spell accountability. Isn't his word pronounced inclecta, not tick? He's still wrong. That ego is strong. He hated to be corrected by a woman in front of the world so bad that he made up a word on the spot and pronounced it totally different than how he spelled it. It's ego and pride. And that's Jazzy's man. That's gross. God help that girl. He's so damn ignorant. Let me read a couple more comments. This is how narcs react when they don't take accountability. He just went with the niggatry because she said it right. He didn't even know what the N stand for. To lean forward and initiate the shaking of somebody's hands after they call your word, your made up word niggatry is diabolical. Nigga just embarrassed himself so bad, like what the fuck? If he can't take accountability for the smallest things, imagine the biggest ones. Exactly. He can't even admit that he pronounced the word wrong. He can't even admit it. And people mispronounce words every single day. People are learning different words every single day. People are coming. I mean, it depends, because these niggas don't pick up books. Outside of the 48 laws of power, they don't pick up books. And they barely read that one. They probably got the AI summary of the book. A book that teaches you how to get over and manipulate people and to create cults. Girl, that's the only book they fucking read. And they don't even read at that. And you can't even spell a word that you just made up the word. This is your man. That's what I said. I said it. If he can't take accountability, if he can't admit that he's wrong with just something, a mispronunciation of a word. Oh, my bad. How do you say it again? And I think that would have been like better. Like, oh yeah, you okay? It's not eclectic. It's eclectic. Yeah. And to be honest, eclectic is not a word that is, unless you have a grasp on words, you're not going to really, people may not really pronounce that word correctly all the time, and it's like, okay, there's another word, what's another word that people mispronounce? um I can't think of anything right now, but like a common word that people mispronounce. I can't think right now, but I feel like eclectic is one of those words. Now, everybody doesn't know how to say that word. um like, especially if you, like I said, you have to have like, your mouth got to be set up a certain way to say some words, and some people's mouths just ain't set up. And that's not to take away from them, but that's at that point, instead of taking it as a opportunity to learn, he rather like, that's like saying to, oh, like, I meant to do that. You did not mean to do that. You mispronounced the word, and you are too arrogant to admit it. And that's just really a poor character trait. It really is. TeyanaTaylor wins Best Supporting Actress at the Golden Globe Awards for One Battle After Another. I watched One Battle After Another, and I gave it like a 8. Um, I felt like there was a lot of things that were missing for me um, in what is the movie called? One Battle After Another. I think I need to watch it again. I don't know that Tiana pushed herself for this role. I don't know. But if they felt like this was an example of artistic excellence for her, and she got rewarded for it, so congratulations to her. Um, I don't know. I like Benicio del Toro's character. I like that. Um, Leonardo DiCaprio's character and Sean Penn's character. Sean Penn's character, I felt like they could have developed his character more, and I feel like they could have developed her character more. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing some story. I'm missing a story. I'm missing. I probably need to watch it again because I feel like there were parts of her character story that I missed. So, have y'all seen One Battle After Another? Even the name of the movie, it kind of is like, it doesn't flow. One battle after another, I guess. But shout out to TeyanaTaylor. She gave a really cute speech. Let me go to her page. I'm not cute, but she gave a real like inspirational speech about being in the rooms and all this other stuff. Hold on, let me go to Hollywood Unlocked, and let's hear if we can hear her speech. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Center wins cinematic and box office achievement at the 2026 Golden Globe Awards. Okay, here's TeyanaTaylor. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait, see my party in the back. Oh my God. I almost didn't even write a speech because I didn't think I would. Oh, my babies. My babies are upstairs watching. Y'all better be off them damn phones and watching me right now. Oh my God. First, Father God, in the name of Jesus, I thank you and I praise you for every part of this faith walk.
every lesson, every test, and every blessing. Thank you to the Golden Globe voters for seeing me and reminding me that purpose always finds this moment. To my mommy and my daddy, it's up for y'all anytime. I love y'all so much. Thank you for being here with me tonight. To my tribe, oh my God, my grounding force, my joy, my daily reminder that love is an action, not just a word. And everything I do is rooted in that truth. To Paul, let him cook, Thomas Anderson. Thank you for your vision, your trust, and your brilliance. My gratitude is endless. I love you. We love you. And thank you so much for holding space for me and our entire cast, Leo, Sean, Benicio, Chase, Regina, everybody, the crew, every single person who has touched this project. None of this is taken lightly and none of this is taken for granted. Oh my God, this shit is heavy. Pam, Mike, Warner Brothers, Sarah, Cassandra, Natina, Lee, WME. This whole journey would not exist without you and your support. I love you and I thank you so much. And last but most importantly, to my brown sisters and little brown girls watching tonight, our softness is not a liability. Our depth is not too much. Our light does not need permission to shine. We belong in every room we walk into. Our voices matter and our dreams deserve space. Thank you so much, everybody.
Good for her. Congratulations to her. It's always a special, like Golden Globes, it's really like the SAG awards be the ones because it's like that's by that those are awards given to you by your peers and like Hollywood Foreign Press and AMPAS, they American Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, they are an organization, right? And it's like, yes, some of your peers are in these groups of voters, but like the SAG awards, that's like your peers are voting for you. And that's, I feel like those awards are so like more meaningful than given by an organization. But shout out to her. I think that is wonderful for her to be, this is, she's been in several movies, but this one, for some reason, they felt like this was where she, I guess, went into, her acting bag. I thought she did good. I just want, like, in terms of character, I'm not talking about Teyana. Like, I feel like her acting was good, but in terms of her character, I needed I needed more history on her character. I did. Did they give a lot? I don't know. I feel like I need to watch it again. I'm gonna watch it again. Um, but I do love that she was not tethered. I do love that. I do love to see a woman untethered to whatever system is happening around her. I do love that. What else? So shout out to TeyanaTaylor for that. I was laughing when I was laughing at Sean Penn because when they pan the camera, his hair was like, although he kind of was giving Andy Warhol, his hair was like, it was like a part right here and it was like coming down. I was like, girl, what is going on with your hair? Let's read some of the comments. I'm so happy and proud for I am so happy and proud for and of you. This is your moment and you deserve every single bit of joy. Dustin, shout out to Dustin Ross with a heart emoji. It must be true. Once you remove yourself from a relationship not meant for you, the blessings pour in. Yes, and I wish that more women would realize that the motherfucking man in your life is in the door, blocking things from coming through. She really spoke to all of her dreams and aspirations into existence. She is exactly who she thinks she is. I love the nod to Whitney with the way she listed off her team. Yes. She was doing that. She was doing that on stage. So shout out to TeyanaTaylor. Congratulations to her for winning the Golden Globe. They like to say a Golden Globe is kind of your precursor to how the Academy might have voted for you. So it's not always, but typically they say if you win in the category in the Golden Globes, you will likely win in the category at the Academy Awards, the Oscars. Sinners win cinematic box office achievement. Let's listen to Ryan Coogler's.
I just want to thank the audience for showing up. This movie was made by hundreds of people. We don't always, we work in the film business, wear tuxedos and look glammed out. It's usually a grind. You know what I mean? We wearing like performance fishing gear, and we in the swamps, and it was an honor on this movie to know that it was getting a theatrical release. We would remind people every day in the dog days, the summer in New Orleans. We would say, "Hey, big movie, people gonna see this, big theater." We didn't know that they would show up, so we just want to say thank you that they did. It meant the world to us.
So shout out to Ryan Coogler and the cast of Sinners. Like literally, I've seen Sinners probably about 8 times. I like every time I think about it, I'll be like, okay, let me watch Sinners. I like Sinners. I enjoy Sinners. I really do. I enjoy like every time I see it, like seeing something different, watching something different, seeing a different aspect. I loved Sinners so much. Like I said, I think I've seen it 8 times. I think I've seen it about 8 times now. They need to win Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Cast. The movie was fire. They also played in Michael's face once again. Man, I saw Sinners about 4 times. It deserves every award it was nominated for. Sinners won nothing. Basically, Golden Globes handed out a thanks for having a good box office week award and left it at that. No major wins, nothing. If I were Michael B. Jordan, I wouldn't even bother showing up to the awards show next year. No shade. Timothy Chalamet, he won for a ping pong movie nobody's seen. The best actor tonight once again went to someone most of us haven't heard of, nor have we heard of his movie. SMH. Just my opinion. You don't have to agree. I honestly feel like they're playing in Michael's face. The only actor Michael should be losing to is Leonardo. Those two, in my opinion, are the ones who truly deserve Best Actor. He needs Best Picture and Best Director. But they did break box office records. So shout out to them. Lori Harvey was on the carpet. Olandria's dress is sickening. Look at her. She's like, I be looking at her like, is this lady AI? She looks so beautiful. I don't know what else is going on. Let me see real quick before we go. I don't want to see nothing about Stephen A. Smith. I think he's an idiot. A lot of these men make me want to vomit. They really do. They're so gross to me. Like that thing with CamNewton in that word, that just reminded me of how gross he is. And then reminded me of just why these men are just gross. Like, ew. That's what Benzino looks like. The worms from Beetlejuice. He does. All right, I think that's it for what I have. PeachMcIntyre dismisses live viewer who asked for assistance while hospitalized battling brain cancer. Tells him to go ask Big Boss Vet. I don't care that you have cancer. I don't do charity or philanthropy at all. That hoe just got cured from cancer. That's a cause she would love. Honestly, besides the lack of compassion, a stranger on the internet asking a woman with 9 kids for money is insanely stupid. And the response that they got, I feel like you deserve that response. I don't give a fuck how much money she has. I don't give a fuck how ignorant she is. You have the audacity to ask someone for charity and they have 9 children. Absolutely not. I don't agree with if you have children and you're a solo parent and a motherfucking man or anybody asks you to borrow money and you have children, you're like actively taking care of 9 children. I'm going to say, no, I cannot. I'm not doing charity. I have 9 children, my nigga, plus my cheating ass husband and myself. That's 11 people. And I'm sure they have an animal because what the fuck? You don't ask nobody with 9 kids for money. So whatever response you get for asking a woman with 9 children for money, if she tells you, I don't give a fuck that you have cancer, I don't care that I'm not into charity and philanthropy, don't get on here because you see me making money, that you can ask me. And who are you? A stranger on the internet with no face. I can't even see you and you're asking for help? Who are you? You could be trying to scam me. So no, I'm not giving to charity. I'm not giving to you. And how dare you ask a woman with 9 kids for money? Listen to what she said. Hold on.
In the hospital battling brain cancer. Hell no, I don't care that you got cancer. And I didn't screenshot him and say I'm mean. I'm the wrong motherfucker to beg for him. I don't do charity. I don't do philanthropy at all. I am a for-profit motherfucker. If it don't make me no money, I don't give a fuck. I don't give to people and pretend like I'm giving it to them because I care. You would be better off going to that bitch. What's that hoe that just got cured from cancer? Big Vet. You go to Big Vet, Big Boss Vet, and you say, hey, Vet, can you help me? I got brain cancer. I'm in the hospital. Me and my trainer ain't got nothing to eat. That hoe just got cured from cancer. That's the cause that she would love. Me, I don't give a fuck. No, my money is for me and my 9 kids. I'm gonna go to Disney World. So
it might sound it is insensitive. It is insensitive to say I don't give a fuck about you, but at the same time I have 9 kids. How the fuck dare you ask me for money? Like, I'm sorry. That's where I am with it. Like, yes, what she says was insensitive. Yes, what she said was fucking rude, but don't you expect somebody to respond to you in the rudest possible way. You asked a woman with you don't have a face, and you asked a woman with 9 children for money. How dare you? That's insane to me. If she thinks like this, I just know she isn't grateful for what she has now. But what she considers her rite of passage may one day turn into her worst nightmare. It's crazy. Oh, this is her sister. Our dad died from cancer and she did him so bad then. It's expected out of her goofy ass. God gonna humble her and I can't wait. And this is why y'all have to be very cautious about who you choose to make famous. Nasty work to forget the people who helped you to get to where you are. And this is what she's talking about. The virtue signaling. This is fake. All this virtue signaling in the comments is fake. Nobody is saying like that a person on the internet asked an influencer or whatever, a content creator who has 9 children for money. Stop right there. We're stopping right there. You are a stranger, a circle in a letter on the internet asking it, saying that you have brain cancer and asking a woman with 9 kids for money. Stop. You are out of order. You're out of order if you're asking a woman with 2 children for money. 9 children? And just because she's flashy with her money and she's always bragging how much money she has, she still has 9 children. Now, if I spend $700 a month on groceries, I know she's spending at least $2,000 a month on with 9 children. I have 2 children. So say I'm spending $350 a month on one child. You have 9 children. What is that? Let's just do an average. Okay, 350 times 9 children is 3,000. Like I'm pretty sure she spends about $3,000 a month on food, and we see her going into the bulk item stores. Like, what is it? Sam's Club. Is Sam's Club still around? I don't think it is. Is it? But Costco, all of those kind of stores, you see her like buying bulk items. She has 9 children, and I think the youngest are like 2. They were a set of twins. And you ask her for money, but then you have everybody in the comments virtue signaling, because if the person really had cancer, we don't even know if this person has cancer. So everybody is responding to the rudeness and the lack of empathy or sympathy for somebody with cancer, but the person on the other end of asking her for money may not have cancer. May be some nigga sitting at the back scratching his motherfucking balls playing on a PS4, asking this lady with 9 children for money. That's insane to me. I don't know why people made her relevant. She has a nasty attitude. The person on the other end of asking her for money could be a scammer, and everybody is responding to her lack of empathy. But who in the world asks a woman with 9 children for money behind a profile with no picture? So I'm going to respond to you like you're trying to scam me. And so I don't give a fuck about what you're going through, because how dare you ask a woman with 9 kids for money? And everybody's responding virtue signaling. And that's what she's talking about. Listen to what she says. I'm sorry. I find her incredibly ignorant, but y'all be telling people just keep it real, keep it real. And then when people keep it real, you're like, no, not that real. The same way that y'all be, ooh, I take it to hell. I take it to hell. Somebody come for me. Somebody go low with me. I take it to hell. But when I take it to hell, then you say I'm doing too much. Oh my God, we didn't mean that corner of hell. We meant at the surface level where it's just a little warm. It's not really hot. It's not a lot of flames. It's just like, it's just warm. You're just sweating. Your skin is not melting off. No, I'm taking you to where the skin is going to peel off your fucking body, nigga. And then don't say nothing when I do that. But so many people like to live in a fantastical world of delusion and go off of something and say, oh, I'm keeping it real. But when somebody keeps it real and say, hell no, I'm not giving you any money. I don't even know who you are. And I have 9 kids. How dare you? That's what you should have said. Instead of saying, I don't give a fuck about your cancer, she should have said, how dare you ask a woman with 9 kids for money? That's what she should have said. And it would have been over from then. Because that's what I would have said. How dare you? You don't ask a woman with children for money. Are you insane? And then from a profile, she don't even know who you are. Who are you? Listen to what she says.
I bet she would care if Wood got cancer. I would. That's my husband. But she's a stranger. I don't know her. I don't give a fuck. There's no difference in, this is the problem. You hoes are so used to lying. You like to be lied to.
Girl.
Fine. To please you all, I'll lie.
Here.
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry to hear that you have cancer. Unfortunately, I can't send you anything in the hospital because I'm broke. However, when I get back on my feet, I'm going to look out for you. I'll remember you. I wish you the best on your journey with cancer. I'm going to say a prayer for you. My truest, sincerest, deepest condolences, Peach Patch.
And a lot of motherfuckers see people with money or people who are kind or people who advocate for people and think that they can go to that person and get help from that person. And I've never met you. I've never seen you. I don't know who you are. You've never introduced. I don't know. You're not in part of this community. You just coming in with a comment saying that you need this. And could I do this for you? And I'm telling you, no. I have children to take care of. I have 9 children. You're asking a person with 9 children for money? That's extremely audacious. Sound like you need to go to somewhere else and ask somebody else for money. You don't ask a woman with 9 kids for money. Y'all just don't like the way she responds, but I would have told that motherfucker off the bat. How dare you ask a woman with 9 kids for money? How dare you? Who are you anyways? I can't even see your face and you have the nerve to ask me for some money. How do I know that you actually have brain cancer? How do I know that you're telling the truth? And y'all are judging this woman based on somebody you have never even seen asked her for money. Not even acknowledging that these motherfuckers be online scamming people who have kind hearts, scamming people who actually you see them giving charity or giving money out or spending money. PeachMcIntyre gets on the internet whenever she can and show all her money. She makes a lot of money from being a content creator, but she has 9 kids. And I can imagine that her grocery bill is about $3,000 a month because you got 9 kids and a grown useless nigga down there. Just chomping off of you, making babies and chomping off of you. And she loves it. The man that cheated on her, she done found condoms and everything. She take them back every single time. She'd be like, I'm not leaving my man. I'm not leaving my man. I'm not leaving my man. And he do whatever the fuck he want to do. Be hurting her feelings. She be crying and doing all the other shit. But you have a lot of nerve asking a woman with 9 kids for money. And for everybody in the comments to be taking the side of a person that they cannot see, and not even taking into consideration that this person could be a scammer. Because who the fuck asks a woman with 9 kids for money? A scammer.
I'm not going to go pray for you. I don't know you. It's no difference. Y'all like to be sensitive. Y'all like to get mad because people don't lie to you. When the truth is, I truly don't give a fuck. I truly do not donate to charity. A charity can't call me up and say, Peaches, we would love for you to be one of our sponsors. Even if it's a cancer hospital. We would love for you to be we'll put your name on a sign. If you could just give us $1,000, I would say, hell nah, fuck y'all. And hang up the phone. That is my true personality. However, nevertheless, I still helped her. I told her, go to the beach, Big Boss Vet. She just got cured from cancer. Nobody even knew she had it. It's trending all over. Go to her and tell her the same shit you told me, and it will move on her heart. Glad. I'm not going to go pray for you. I don't know you. I'm helping you right now because everybody's screen recording this video. And she'll probably see it and she'll say, Peaches is a mean, evil, nasty bitch. And then she'll help you anyways. But me, I'm not going to help you. I don't give a fuck. I only beg for myself. I only care about myself, my husband, and my kids. And that is the way it's supposed to be.
I don't agree with that.
I'm helping you right now because everybody's screen recording this video.
I don't agree with, I only care about my kids and my husband, and that's the way it's supposed to be. I feel like an overall respect and care for all humanity is kind of what I'm in alignment with. But I still agree with her. Like however way she said it, I agree with her. Motherfuckers like to perform and like to be lied to and like to say, oh, you're going to just say the nice thing. No, how dare you ask a woman with 9 kids for money? That's where I'm at with it. Who the fuck are you? A fucking letter in a fucking circle or a goddamn boat with a sunset in the back, asking a woman with 9 kids and a husband for money. That's where it stops. How she responds after that, to me, I feel like it's right in alignment. How dare you? That's what I would have said. How dare you ask me for money? Do you know I have 9 kids? Do you know it's 11 of us over here? Nobody in 2025 has 9 children. And I just told you what my grocery bill is on average. It's like $350. Just say it's $350 per person. Just say. Girl, I figured out how much I spent last year on Uber Eats. I'm taking that. I took Uber Eats off my phone, and I'm now taking that money and the money the average amount that I spent a month on Uber Eats is being transferred into a high yield savings account because I'm not about to play these games. So I spent so much, girl. Let me see how much money I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you how much I spent on Uber Eats last year because I figured it out. I went into my app. I was like, let me see how much money. Hold on, I can't even remember. Let's see. Is this it? No. I don't even know where I put it. I added it to something. Let me see. Is this where I put it? I took oh yeah. Almost $3,400. $3,391.52 last year. That's how much I spent on Uber Eats. No, not anymore. I was looking at the transaction amounts, and there was one time it was over $100, and I was like, "What the fuck?" No, don't ask me for money. Don't. I'm a woman. I'm a single mother with 2 children. Don't you ever ask me for money. I'm gonna tell you the same thing. No, I'm sorry. I don't have it. I don't have it. No, I do, and I do my charities. The charities that I give to, that's it. I'm tapped out. I can't do any more charity. I'm the same way. You can, and we get into this thing where we have to overextend ourselves so that we can look favorable to the community. And that's what she's not doing. She's not placating to the community. Y'all are sticking up for a person who could be trying to scam her. And y'all don't like the way she responds. Y'all should be responding to the person who had the audacity and the fucking pussy to ask a woman with 9 kids for money. That's where I am with it. How dare you ask a woman with 9 kids for money? That's crazy to me. Here she is.
You told somebody, oh, you didn't have to say that. You didn't have to respond the way you did. Well, you bitches shouldn't ask. Quit begging. How about that? Don't beg for no money. Don't beg for no prayers. Quit begging. If you hoes don't want to be told no, fuck no, I don't give a fuck. Don't ask. Simple. No sick and tired.
I actually agree with her. Like I said, I find her ignorant at times, but I think it's out of order to ask a woman with 9 kids for money. I do. I don't care how much money she makes on the internet. You don't ask a woman with 9 kids for money. You just don't. You don't. So that's where I am with it. Y'all take care of each other. And like she said, if you don't want people to say no to you, don't ask. Well, they say closed mouths don't get fed, but people will say no to you. And you cannot get mad at people for saying no. I have 9 children. And you damn right, if my husband had cancer, I would feel a certain way. But I don't know you. You are literally a stranger on the internet asking me for money to help you that I don't even know. I can't even confirm that you are actually in need. Before I do anything, I need to see a diagnosis. I need to see a diagnosis. I need to see a note from the doctor. Something. You're not about to scam me because I look like I have a giving spirit. That's not about to happen. No way. So I got to go. Take care of each other, y'all. Protect your energy. Let me know what's up. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. And let's get down in the comments. Let me know what you think about that. I know y'all not going to agree. Like I said, she was harsh with her words, but I feel like, girl, stop asking, stop begging people. Then you won't get mad when they tell you no. And stop begging strangers on the internet. If I feel like if people want to help you, let them help you. I don't think that you, especially if you see someone is kind and you see that they advocate for a certain group of people, that you want to come in and start asking for help. And then, like, honestly, I don't know why people do that. I think they figure you have a platform, and so I need you for your platform. And I just don't think I think it's inappropriate to ask a woman with so many children for help. I just do. Anyways, y'all take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.